I woke up this morning and realised it was Cardamom Bulle day today in Sweden, which is cardamom bun day. And I'd run out of my black cardamom, which I usually use for my dough recipe or my bun recipe. And I thought, could I use green ground cardamom, the one that's just ordinary cardamom that I use for curries. So I've tested this batch. This is how they turned out. They don't look perfect, but they taste amazing. So come with me and I'll show you what I did. So step 1 cup of oat milk or regular milk, 250 grams with 7 grams or 2 teaspoons of yeast. Let that sit and do its thing for a few minutes. Grab a large bowl, and I've got 3 cups or 450 grams of white spelt flour. Use your preferred flour. I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, ground cardamom, that's just the pre-ground cardamom, 1 teaspoon, and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Soft butter, room temperature, 60 grams or 4 tablespoons. I've just used salted butter because that's all I have in the house. I'm going to blend this with my stand mixer. And I'm going to throw in 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. I'm going to give that yeast a stir. And I'm going to pour that in to my flour. This will make 12 buns. And if you have any stuck, just grab it out. This is a large bowl, so it needs a little bit of help around the sides. It's going to bump the speed up. So we need this for roughly about 5 minutes or until it comes away from the side of the bowl. And if you think, oh no, I need more flour, add a little bit more flour, 1 tablespoon at a time. Or if you think, oh no, I need more milk, add just a dash or 1 tablespoon at a time. I'm just going to add a tiny bit more milk just to grab those dry bits down the bottom. That was about a teaspoon. Perfect. Look at that. It's coming together really nicely. Okay, the dough's done. Grab a lid or plastic or a cloth, cover it for 40 to 60 minutes until it's risen. So while we're waiting for this dough to rise, we can make the filling. I have butter here. Again, it's just salted butter, and it's 90 grams or 6 tablespoons. I have brown sugar. You can use white as well. That's also 6 tablespoons. And 2 teaspoons of ground cardamom. See, mine's not the black one today. It's the kind of... And I find mixing this with a fork is the best way to bring it all together. Now that's my cardamom filling, all ready to go. Time to roll out the dough. First step, rice flour your bench, my preferred flour. I've got this great non-stick rolling pin, so I'm going to try and do a nice rectangle shape. And this part, if you don't have it perfect, they'll still turn out nice. So I'm aiming for not a super thin, just grab that out of the way, not a super thin dough, maybe the size of a coin. If you wanted an exact measurement, I think the best way is to grab like a baking tray. See, I've got this large baking tray, and I want it about that size. So I've gone square, and I don't know why it went square today. We'll try and make it more rectangle, but as I said, it doesn't really matter. Now we're going to spread our mixture over. Now you can either do it over all of the dough, or you can do a thick piece, a thick layer on half. We need like a border around the edge. Okay, you can either roll it up into 3 or 2. I'm going to do let's try doing just half today. Oh, we had a little bit of stickage. Now you're going to roll that out again. Now you can cut it off to make it look perfect, but I never do. I just work with it. And we've gone over a bit on this side. I need 12, so I'm going to cut it in half and then do 6. And you can either slide them down again, I'll show you 2 ways. You can do this way, slide them down the middle and twist it over like that. And then roll it up like so. We have to pop it on our tray, pop that underneath. So it's good to hold that with something. And we'll roll it up this way. I think that's easier than your fingers. I know the experts always do it with their fancy ways. Okay, now we've got our other dough bit. A little bit of an odd shape here today, Sue. Let's just cut that one off. That can be the chef's one. This one I'm going to do a 3-strand one, so I'm going to plait it with 3. And again, I'm just going to roll it from itself, back up. And put that on another tray. And I'm going to do these 3 strands on a separate tray. And you might be thinking, oh, Sue, you're not really that good at them. No, I'm not. I've been only practicing for a few years, not like a Swedish person that might have been growing up watching their grandma do it. So and I haven't gone to professional baking school, but I just wanted to show you how to make it without too much fuss. I stretched that one a bit longer so we've got a nicer bun. And that's quite a big one, that one. Once again, cover them with a cloth and we're going to rest them for 30 minutes. So we have about 15 minutes before we need to bake our buns. So I need to preheat my oven and I'm going to do it on 200 degrees C with a fan so I can bake both trays at the same time. So I'm just going to preheat that now. If you don't have a fan, do it on 220 degrees static and I'll pop the Fahrenheit measurements above or next step, before we bake them, I've got 1 egg that I've mixed with 2 teaspoons of oat milk. If you don't want to use an egg wash, you can do just a milk wash, but I'm doing it the Swedish way. Now many Swedes also add pearl sugar, which is the white, large, crunchy sugar bits. I have some, but I actually prefer them without. So I'm just going to bake them without. So that's 1 tray. And I'm going to bake both trays at the same time. Now I didn't label which one was the, okay, this one was the 7, which was the double strand. Now it's time to bake my bulle or buns and I'm going to bake them for 10 to 12 minutes until they're golden brown. And I'm going to do both trays at the same time. So my 12-minute time has gone off. The ones underneath need 2 more minutes just to be a little bit more golden. The oven didn't really work perfectly, but check out my boulet. They smell amazing. I need to let them rest for at least 30 minutes before we bite into them. So it's not quite 30 minutes, but I need to go out. So I'm going to bite into one and see what my new recipe tastes like. The ground cardamom doesn't taste too bad. You don't have the starkness of the black cardamom, but I actually really like it. This recipe is quite buttery. When they're first out of the oven, they're the best. Crunchy, yet soft, moist, delicious. I hope you've enjoyed this, how to make an easy cardamom boulet for Cardamom's Boulet Dagen i dag. That was for Cardamom Bun Day today. I think this is a success. My shapes are all different sizes. So the little ones are for me, the big ones are for my husband, and these ones, you know, it doesn't really matter if you do 2 or 3 plaits. They both look pretty good. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Hej då from Sweden.